My loves, welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is, come on, take it side. The scripture comes from Wisdom 13 and 19. And for profit in business and good success of his hands, he has ability from that which has hands with no ability. So here's the message. God said that this is someone you trying to figure out how or like God told you your business was going to thrive. It was going to take off. God told you you were going to do well and this, that, and the third, and this is going to happen and that is going to happen. And you like, when? How? This, that, like, you know what I'm saying? You are asking all these questions. God said it ain't even depending upon your timing. It ain't depending upon anything that you do or are doing. It is going to be by God's hand. And you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a situation where you do have to do something, I just feel like this is it's like it's the kind of vibe where whatever it is that you are doing that is helping you to obtain whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever skills you need to learn, whatever it is, tasks that you have to accomplish in order to get to where God is pushing you, He is going to lead you to do that. It's not off of your own might. It's by God might only. And I feel that's the message for somebody. It's not off of your own might. And it's not because this is what you want to do. It's not a situation where, well, just because she want to do this today, that's why God is doing this for her. And God is only doing this for her because He just feels like this, that, and the third. No, God delights in you. He does. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, just like when it comes to the animals and how the birds, like y'all was just sitting in my little garden and looking at the birds fly around, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hell, so pretty. Baby, a new hobby, y'all. I'm finna get into bird watching. Yo. I don't care who say, so you look like an old, I don't care. I don't care, baby. When I say I love it, it is just a piece. Anywho, I just feel like it's just how the birds know where they need to go to get the food that they need to eat. Obviously, their parents teach them, you know what I'm saying? But God is our parent, you know, He's our Heavenly Father. So He is teaching you and showing you where to go and what to do in order for the business that He told you was going to thrive to thrive. And it's going to be a situation where it don't have nothing to do with nothing that you came up with. It don't have nothing to do with none of the bright ideas that you had. Because in reality, for somebody, I feel like somebody had broke you down to such an extent you ain't have no ideas. Somebody had broke you down to such an extent you ain't even have no ideas no more. Everything that is going on around you was God's hand. And that's it. Like, off of, like, you alone, I just feel like this is somebody, you was so hurt and heartbroken. You alone, you would be sitting in the bed all day crying and watching movies and cry and watching movies and cry. And it could be a situation where you've been fighting, you know what I'm saying, trying to do that stuff. God said He gonna shake you up out of that. Because there's something that He told you was gonna happen, something He promised you, and it shall not return to Him void. Therefore, this don't even have nothing to do with you. The Spirit of God is taking over when it comes to you, concerning you, because you on your own. I just feel like this somebody, you ain't gonna do it because you hurt. And that is exactly what, whoever hurt you, they did it on purpose in an attempt to destroy you so that you would not be able to just and pick back up. But God said that He taking over and you are gonna be able to and pick back up. And it's because of God. Like, this is somebody, they thought they had did the last little dagger and they were done and they could, yes, and they were going to be able to run off into the sunset and you were utterly destroyed and there was no coming back. Baby, but God. But God. But God, everything, like, this is somebody, everything that you got going on, the blessings that are coming into your life, the things that God is doing for you right now, this is all at His hand. And it's because this is somebody that was like a demon. Call a spade what it is. This is somebody that came in to steal, Kill, and destroy you. And for some reason, somehow, some way, baby, but God, you got about that mess. And it was to such an extent, though, like, you have to understand, when somebody come in with that kind of determination, the only way that they gonna let you go is if they feel like they have already won. God said, you ain't even realized this person thought they already won. They thought that they had destroyed you already. Regardless if this person felt like they destroyed your reputation, they may have felt like they destroyed your business, since that's what this message is about. It could be your confidence, your self-worth. It could be somebody that was trying to do spell work on you. Maybe they were trying to siphon your energy and give it away to other people. Like, whatever it is, this is somebody, they felt like you was finished. But God, they felt as if they were done. They could leave you be because they finished. They KO and they done. Baby, but God. Baby, but God. Baby, but God. God said, for whoever this is for, you don't realize right when this person felt like they were able to discard you because you were done, you were finished, and you were destroyed, and they were sick of it, and they were tired of you, and they was going to run off into the sunset with somebody, and they was going to do this, and they was going to do that. Baby, God showed up and showed out for you in such a way. It ain't had nothing to do with you, because you on your own wouldn't have even been able, but God did it. But God did it. God did that. Because, baby, but God did that. But God did that. God did that. God said it don't have nothing to do with any kind of, baby, it don't have nothing to do with anything. Has hands with no ability. He asks ability from that which has hands with no ability. God is this is somebody, God asked you to do something that you could not possibly do. God asked you to do something that was impossible. And then he showed up and did it for you. You all, like, I just feel like you just had to follow instructions. Baby, like when it came to getting this house, God said, pack. I was like, how? Baby, but if I wouldn't have packed, I would have been late. You know what I'm saying? That would have interfered with what, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able, because it's like I packed before I even knew for sure that God was going to, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even, you know, and it's like, but you have to have faith like that. And I feel like this is somebody, you had to have faith like that. You had to just leave, even though from your perspective, this person had broke you down to such an extent that you felt like, dang, if I leave them, I'm going to be broke. If I leave them, I ain't going to this. If I leave them, I ain't going to that. Not even remembering who you were before you even met this person. You was okay before you met them. So why is it a situation where if you leave, you ain't going to survive? How is that possible? God said he proved you wrong to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be thinking that God is trying to bring other people into it, or God is trying to show other people what he can do for you, and God is trying, but sometimes God is trying to show you what he will do for you. God is trying to show you how he'll come through for you. God is trying to show you how he'll save you. And you too, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody you've been kind of stubborn with it. God said somebody been so stubborn they wasn't even able to see the fact that God was coming through for them, showing up and showing out over and over and over again. And it was never a situation where you actually had the ability to do any of these wonders that God has proven toward. Like, this is somebody God has showed how he exists through you this year. God said this year he showed his hand through you. Ain't no way that anybody can say he don't exist. Ain't no way that anybody can say that he not with you. Ain't no way. It's impossible. Because you couldn't have did it by yourself. It's impossible. You couldn't have done it alone. This is somebody, it is impossible. It was imperative that you listen to God. It was imperative that you drug yourself out of bed. It was imperative that you moved a tad bit quicker than that. It was imperative that you went ahead and smiled even though you ain't feel like smiling. It was imperative that all them tears would dry even though you was still feeling like you wanted to cry. It was important now. So God went ahead and shielded all that you was feeling. And he's going to shield all that you feeling. And he gonna jump in. And he gonna move through you, for you. and you gonna heal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just feel like God said you don't want to rush that healing process. But there are certain things that just simply we cannot ignore, that we have bills. We can't ignore that we got to eat. We can't ignore that we got to this, that, and the third. And in reality, it is not good for man to be alone. And just because you're going through a heartbreak situation don't mean you need to be a shut-in in the house all day, every day, looking sad and depressed all day, every day. God said he don't want that for you. You're going to have to snap up out of this now. You're going to have to snap up out of this. And God is going to snap you up out of this by force. By force. For somebody, he is snapping you up out of this because he said you was going to thrive, and he meant what he said. So he going to snap. And it may feel like pulling teeth something. It may hurt a little something. You may not feel like getting up sometimes. You may feel like you just want to climb back in the bed sometimes. But God said you got to come up out of it now. You can't do that now. Life keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Life keep going. And it's understood, you know, if a relationship ends, sometimes we need to allow ourselves time to mourn that relationship. Sometimes we need to allow ourselves time to, regardless of what happened. And you know, when it comes to the relationship, I just had like a complete nightmare. And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to feel no kind of way, because I can peep that certain people is like, you know what I'm saying, trying to make fun of me or trying to make me feel even worse. You know what I'm saying? Trying to throw shade, trying to shoot shade, trying to shoot shots, and trying to like just outright trying to bully and harass me as if they couldn't possibly have ever went through a heartbreak. Like they have never experienced anybody breaking their heart. And I'm the only one. And I'm the only one who had to deal with somebody cheating on me. And I'm the only one that cried because they hurt my feelings. And I'm the only one that this. And I'm the only one that. Baby, when I say I'm so sick and tired of people acting like they don't go through nothing. Acting like they don't have nothing going. Like, I just get tired of hypocrites, yo. I get tired of hypocrites, yo. Now, when your man go and cheat on you, we don't want to hear no tears now. I don't want, because you felt like I was tripping and I like, ha, 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 ha. We gonna sit and laugh at her because she's crying. Cry baby. Look at her, she crying. Let me go sleep with him again. She crying. Now, when your man cheat on you, when your man drag you, when your man mistreats you, don't come like that. But I'll be wrong for saying that, huh? I will be wrong for saying that ain't my business. I will be wrong for not defending. I will be wrong for not doing this, that, and the third. But when make it make sense now. It would be fair for me to act like I ain't see that. It would be fair for me to act like I ain't hear that. It will be fair for me to act like I ain't know that. It will be fair for me to act like that ain't even my bit. I sure did see her sneak off with your man, but I ain't see that because you ain't see what you, baby. And you thought it was funny when I found out. Really? Yo, like I just feel like even while I'm talking about this, when it comes down to it, people like that, they miserable. They are. Like, when you a teenager and you a bully, it's typically because you're frustrated, filled with anger because your parents, you feel like your parents are bullying you, so you go to school and you bully other kids. Now, when you a grown person and you walking around here and you trying to bully another grown person, what are you miserable about, sis? It must be a situation where he cheating on you, sis, because why do you want to see my man cheat on me so bad? It must be a situation where he hitting on you, sis, because why you want to see my man hit on me so bad? It must be that kind of vibe, because hurt people. And that's just what's real. That's just what's real. The only reason you feel like that was justified and that was all right and she deserved it, and I think that because way back when we ain't see you for a week, it was because you was high, because you had bruises, wasn't it? Like, come on now, ain't nobody got time. You ain't, like, you know what I'm saying? Baby, let me get a boat. There he is. There he is. Where is he? There he is. Ain't nobody got time for that. Sit up here trying to act like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what? Don't say, stop playing now. Stop playing now. Now you stop playing now. Okay, if you go, you could play with yourself, but you ain't finna play with me. You know what I'm saying? You may be fooling yourself, but you ain't fooling me. Because, baby, let me tell you about life and how I knows it. I knows it. I knows it ain't all good. Because if your life was all good, you wouldn't be going to sleep with my man specifically. If your life was all good, you wouldn't be trying to harass me specifically. If your life was all good and peaches and cream, you wouldn't be trying to make me feel some kind of way. But you miserable. So because you're miserable, you decide that it makes sense for you to sleep with my man because I'm miserable, so she needs to be miserable too. You're miserable. So therefore, we got to send somebody over there to take her man from her. Then we going to sit back, and when they come back with the info, we going to laugh about it because you're miserable. Your life is awful. That's why you feel the need to do like something like that to someone else, is because you are miserable. And then when they start dragging you for pointing out the obvious fact that you are miserable, she's so mean. But it wasn't mean for you to sleep with my man. Oh, but it wasn't mean for you to pay the baby. Stop playing with me. You got to deal with them because, you thought that it wasn't going to turn out like that, huh? You thought it wasn't going to, baby, you went to the devil. Getting, you know what I'm saying, trying to get you a little read, trying to see what was going to happen. And the devil told you lies and utter nonsense. And you thought that something was going to happen that didn't happen. And now you got to deal with the consequences, boo. Because, you might have to see me again. And I remember seeing you. And I know you was up there trying to see my man or seeing my man. And pay it forward. Do you know how many jokes I could come up with from? I got how many 5 more years for the reunion? You know how many jokes I could come up with from? Do you know how many jokes, baby? They paying for it. How you in your 30s and you paying for it? Baby, I done lied and out of order and think you doing something. You need to sit down somewhere or something. You know you need to quit. Talking about some crybaby. Well, at least he cared about me, bro. Enough for me to cry. I'm sorry, I'm being mean at this point, but that's just real. You know what I'm saying? These mistresses, she's crying. Meanwhile, he just slept with you and ran off to make sure I didn't see, bro. He's sitting there holding my hand, got his arm around me, and you walking past. He just used you. And you try to laugh? Are you serious? Jokes on you. That's trashy. You think you doing something. Girl, what are you doing except adding miles to your own and adding miles for no reason? Somebody that don't even love you. At least I can say, when I give myself to somebody, they love me. This somebody, you just sleeping with anybody. And then have the audacity when his wife, who loves him, who he loved and cherished, is scrambling, is mad and upset, and he mad and upset, and now he don't want to see you no more because she mad and upset, and you mad because he don't want, why she wants you, and I'm sick of her crying, and I'm sick of her this, and I'm sick of her that. Girl, you just mad he don't love you. And he don't, because if he did, you wouldn't be his side piece. 1919, as I say that, ain't that the truth? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Why you walk around trying to act like you don't stink and you all that and you got it going on? You really don't. Because if you did, you would have your own man. You would not be trying to take somebody else's man. You wouldn't be trying to stalk somebody and see where they hang out at, and who are they messing with, and who they married to, and who they this and who they that. You would have your own man, but you so miserable and probably born and lame, and you can't find one. So you going around trying to take somebody else's man because he really don't want to spend all day with you. But he'll give you a few minutes though. He'll give you a few minutes. He ain't finna sit there with you for a long time now. He ain't finna show you off to his friends now. He finna sneak out back and real quick and everybody be quiet and act like y'all ain't see that. Okay? Fix face. I ain't do that now. Okay? Y'all ain't see me now. Because, okay, he gotta hide you now. You gotta go out back. Oh man. Oh Jesus. I just cannot. You know what I'm saying? I just cannot. I will not ever. I don't ever want to ever be in a situation where I'm giving myself to somebody. And if there's a certain person, if she pull up, he gonna act like he don't even know who I am. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. You ain't finna love me at the door now. You ain't finna sweep me under no rug. Excuse me. I can't do it. But baby, when I say this message about that little part right there, baby, is somebody out of line and out of order. But when wifey come around, you gotta act like you don't know him. And if you don't, he's snatching you up. How about, baby, those the apples that you sit on? That's what you got going. Okay. Talk about some cry baby. Baby, at least he loved me though. At least I loved him now. At least it's not somebody. Yeah, you're right. I did cry. I did have emotions because I don't just sleep around with anybody. I only sleep with people that I love. I gave myself to someone that I love, not just anybody. So it hurt when he gave himself to just anybody because I wouldn't do that. And apparently you are just anybody because he keep trying to holler that he don't know who you are. That way. But I saw him with you. That way. What through his phone? That way. I gotta find something else to do. Okay, that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I guess this is something else to do because you know what I'm saying. I've been kind of piddle-paddling around today. I did. So I got, for the most part, I feel like my spring gardening out the way. There's some other stuff I want to do though, but in reality, it's. I'm just happy to, you know what I'm saying, to have my, I don't care if it is just a few little potty plants, baby. I'm so happy to finally be able to have my own little garden and do my own little thing. I'm so grateful to wake up and, you know what I'm saying, wash my little dishes, my little pink dishes, y'all. And my little pink pots and my little gold little dishware and sweep my little floor. You know what I'm saying? My little pink broom and just my pink business, bro. It just feels so good. Like, I can't stand. And I ain't trying to brag or nothing. And you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's trying to say that I am trying to brag, I want you to go back to February and see how I was running for my life and living in hotel rooms. Really, before I moved in my townhouse, I was living in hotel rooms. So I'm going to need you to cut it. I'm going to need you to cut it. I need you to, it got to come to a stop. You know what I'm saying? It got to come to a stop. It really do. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to, like, have my own place for years. But it has just been, like, every time I get forward, every time I start moving forward, baby, the devil come in. And you know what I'm saying? As I have realized, it's typically through a relationship, through a marriage, and it's literally be a complete saint when we meet, a complete saint while we friends, while we getting to know each other This person looks like an angel, bro. And then we get married, and all of a sudden his horns come out. It be like, you know what I'm saying? Look up close, like, hold on. You got horns. I thought that was holding your halo up. You mean to tell me there were horns the whole time? God dang, horns sitting on top of your head. And that ain't no halo, those are flames. Ah! try to rub your head and stuff and get burnt. Sick of it, man. I was sick of it, man. I'm about to add so much pink stuff in this goddamn meat trailer that nobody wants to take you. Leave me alone. Pick it out. I was sick of it. No more. Baby, you staying over there and I'm staying over here because I'm sick of it. I'm not finna do that no more. It ain't finna be no situation where you didn't fell in love with somebody and you didn't got them pregnant and now you trying to kick me out our house and move her in. No. Baby, I received that message from somebody last night. You don't even realize either. Somebody's spouse that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I gotta get back out here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm covered with the messages. I'm covered. That's for somebody too. This one message had like 3 in one, but that is for somebody like this person's spouse. They is cheating. Baby God said this man is cheating, and he done got somebody pregnant. You may very well be feeling pregnancy symptoms, but in reality, it's not you that he got pregnant. And you got to know, if you and him ain't really getting it in like that, how you pregnant? Make it make sense. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's impossible. Okay? It's impossible that your man did. You know what I'm saying? Because scientifically, okay, we all learned, okay, this is 18 and up. We all learned in elementary school that when a man go to sleep, he recharge. And he go from the morning all the way to night. Now, if he then slept with 10 people all day long, by the time he get to you, it ain't nothing but air in there. You ain't pregnant. Whoever he keep on seeing early in the morning, in the wee hours of the morning, that's who pregnant. And what he planning on doing is moving you up out y'all house and moving her in there. And for some of y'all, he expects you to still pay the bills. But go ahead and say, come on now, you know good well, every time, you know what I'm saying, it is impossible. Because we already know, you know what I'm saying, the joke about morning, okay? It's impossible that every morning y'all wake up, this bed is running off somewhere and you don't know where he going. And you laying right there. I'm sorry for laughing because it's really not funny. It's not. And I'm not trying to be mean. But baby, God, I just feel like this is how the angels are looking at this situation. Like, how does she not see this? Like, he literally, you see him poking, you know what I'm saying, sticking out, racing away. What do you think he going to go see somebody else? How is it possible that he running past you? Where is he going? Baby, and that's for somebody, baby, and you sit up here thinking, baby, you was not pregnant. He done got somebody else pregnant because he done cheated on you so much that he, you know what I'm saying? And for somebody, it may very well be somebody else's wife, or somebody else's girlfriend, But baby, she finna pack her bags and go be with her love now, okay? And they think that you finna... That was a good one. Anyways. Baby, God said somebody took you through the ringer, through the ringer, through the ringer. It literally set a bunch of weights on top of your heart. And, you know what I'm saying, left you to be destroyed. But God pulled you up in such a way. Pulled you up in such a way that this person is angry and looking back because they like, wait, they supposed to be destroyed. God said that he is going to lift you up because he made a promise to you specifically. And regardless if it's a situation, this somebody, you may be a prophet, you know what I'm saying? God talked to you and told you that you and your spouse gonna be rich. God told you and your spouse gonna own property. You and your spouse gonna have many kids. This person thought, okay, well, I'm their spouse, I'm her spouse, so that means I get that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like this person decided that they wanted to be with somebody else for one reason or another. And this is why, once again, I don't entertain cheaters. I don't entertain swingers. Because when you are dipping your thing in somebody else, it's too many other emotions going on. And the only person you need to have emotions for is me. And the only person you need to have emotions for is me. And if you don't have no emotions, you know what I'm saying, towards her, then, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to it, a situation like this here is just like, what's going on? But then, you know, it could be something else because I'm being reminded of Shameless. I was watching Shameless last night and having a good little kiki about Steve/Jimmy and Fiona relationship. They were like, actually, they seemed like they were a good fit. But he had so much going on. He just somehow got mixed up with some kind of I guess, like, I don't even know how to say it, but you know what I'm saying, head of some kind of operation, okay? The head of a legal operation. And, you know, somehow he done pissed this man off, and the man that forced him to marry his daughter, and he don't want to be married to her. He don't understand nothing she said. She don't understand nothing he said. She want to be with somebody who is like a captain or lieutenant in her dad's operation, and she don't want nothing to do with him. He want to be with Fiona. He don't want nothing to do with her. But baby, the daddy working hard than hide security to ensure that this man is with his daughter, and making it sure that it looks as if they are married and he is a faithful husband. Baby, it could be something like that. Was somebody that pulled up like, oh no, you not finna get this one pregnant and run off. You gonna have to take care of it. And this man is not feeling precious, so he wanna try to make you take care. It's either he wanna make you take care of the baby, or he's in love with you and he wants y'all three to be together, like you and him together, and y'all take care of her and the baby because of what somebody is about to do to him because he got her pregnant. God said that ain't your responsibility. That ain't got nothing to do with you that he got her pregnant. And if he really loved you like that, he wouldn't have even slept with her in the first place. That's a situation where it's reminding me of Claus. Like, that's the same. That's the same thing. Oh, dude, oh, Claude, what was his name? Dang, I forgot. I haven't watched it in so long. But there's the boyfriend. The same mess. Roller. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Roller was off the chain. Roller and his little thing got them in so much trouble, bro. Like, they literally had the perfect, like, the operation was going good. Everything was fine. Everybody was eating. But Roller happened. Yes, he slept with this one, and then he got to sleep with that one, and he's there, so he has to sleep with her, too. They caused the problem after problem after problem after problem. You want to say somebody like, it could be that, like, you know, and you will know, because you will know, like, how your husband is. If you, like Desmond, you know your husband a thought, but you just let him carry on, and you ignore him because you got other stuff going on. You don't have time to sit there and babysit him and make sure that he don't sleep with nobody that's going to try to take his life tomorrow. Baby, somebody's husband got themselves in a pickle. Boy, did they get themselves in a pickle, because they do not want whoever this person is that is pregnant. They really want to be with you, and they try to put you in a position to where you, them, and whoever this person is are together, because this person want to be with them, but they don't want to be with her. And you know what I'm saying? It's like whoever this is, I don't want to call it desperate, but it's almost like they wanna be with this person to such an extent that they will literally accept you being there. And regardless to if they know that y'all are in a relationship, they may have been dealing with this person behind your back, and you ain't know that they was messing around with this person. Baby, they got this person pregnant, and they like, well, you need to go and tell them that you got me pregnant and we all finna be together. You need to go and tell them, baby, God said for somebody, they tried to come and tell you this here, and you slammed the door with their face. If they were even able to tell you this, it may be a situation where you found out before they could say anything and you shut it down then. And I just feel like this is a situation where he was being very optimistic, and he had the faith of a mustard seed. He had faith of a mustard seed that if he come to you with this, that you was going to be like, oh, okay, well, we'll get a 2 or a 3 bedroom, and I'll take up the night shift for the baby. And I'll do this, that we gonna braid each other hair and we gonna make popcorn. I'm thinking, me and my son was watching The Other Woman last night, and how his wife and his mistress, sis, became friends is wild. But it wasn't a situation where they carried on dealing with him and became friends. They threw him to the wolves and became friends. They turned on him and became friends. Most women are not okay with competing. I'm not competing with somebody you cheated on me with for you to come and sleep with me tonight. We not doing that. We not doing it. And it ain't gonna be no situation where I fall asleep and I wake up and look at the cameras tomorrow and see you just look from our bedroom to her bedroom. We not doing it. She not sleeping in my bed. I don't want her near me. I don't want her in my house. I don't want her sitting her behind on my couch. I don't like, are you serious? And baby, let me tell you about life and how if I find out, regardless of how I find out that you had somebody at my house without my knowledge, you are never living with me again. No way. You not finna have no women walking all up through my house, going through my stuff, and think that I'm gonna be okay with you just hopping, well, we together again. No, we are not. You betrayed me. I don't trust you. I don't want to be with you no more. I don't want to be with you no more. And for some of y'all, you just found strength in saying that and realizing that this person betrayed you to such an extent and you were disgusted with them. You could not possibly go on being with them anymore, any longer. It was over. How could you? How could you go on and carry on with this person? And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when we feel like the relationship is able to be savage, and you know what I'm saying, you want to try to give them the benefit of the doubt. They say they deserve a second chance. They deserve this. They deserve that. They got this big speech saved up. So you say, you know what, I'm going to give you a second chance. And then they come back and double back and do the same thing again. And for somebody, like, this is like they had this hidden from you. You may still not know. This person haven't been able to drop this bomb. And for some of y'all, they didn't intend to drop no. They intended for it to be a situation where y'all moved in together. Y'all staying together. Y'all got y'all house. Y'all trying to do y'all happily ever after. And out of nowhere, here they come talking about they got somebody pregnant. And what we gonna do? Now, if you say you okay with that woman staying with y'all, you can stay. But if you talk about she can't stay, baby, eventually y'all was going to end up fighting, arguing, and they may very well have put you out to move her in. And I'm telling you that. But when it come down to it, baby, this is... Baby, but in reality, like that's for somebody, and it could be a situation where they wouldn't put you out exactly per se, just because, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's your house and it's in your name, they can't. Even if they tried to, all you gotta do is be like, bet, and come back with the police. Who gotta go? They gotta go. Ain't no they put you out your house. How they put you out your house? And that's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, this is robbery. Okay, you're stealing. You're going to jail. Okay. Baby, you know what I'm saying? How you go come and, you know what I'm saying? I paid for this here. And I feel like for somebody, you paid for everything. That's your house. With your money. regardless to if you worked for it, or if you received a settlement because you were hurt in some kind of incident, or if you went and you got a loan from a bank. It don't matter what it is that you had to get to, or what you had to carry, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to get your house or your car or whatever it is this person trying to take, but it's yours. And they don't have no rights to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is somebody like, well, when you went to go when we went to look at the house, I winked at the realtor. So I slept with the realtor. Don't you know I slept with like, I didn't know that. What? Like, you know what I'm saying? But for some of y'all, it could be a situation where you don't even know where I got my house from. You don't even know who is the realtor that showed me this house. You don't even know like, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be a lot of stalking going on in order for it to be a situation where you feel like, well, I did this, that, and the third, and I feel like I should have rights to stay there. I should have rights to this. I should have rights to that. God said it's something where you don't even know what this person talking about. That ain't had nothing to do with you. You didn't tell them to do that. They chose to move that way. They chose to make them decisions. And when it really come down to it, like, I just feel like this somebody that I just feel like God is saying that when it come down to it, this person, they intended to do you wrong. And like, even if it's a situation where all three of y'all was supposed to be staying there, how long was that gonna last? How long was you really going to get along with this woman? How long was this pregnant woman going to be okay with seeing the man that got her pregnant being cuddled up and loved up with somebody else? Because, baby, we already know it's going to be a vibe where, why are you over there with her? And why are you touching on her? And why are you talking to her? What you mean you want to talk to the baby? What you mean you want to kiss on her baby? Stop playing with me. It wouldn't work. How would it work? I wasn't there when y'all made that baby. You made that baby behind my back. So I don't want to be around y'all. And for somebody, baby, this happened, this take place, baby, this man is miserable because he feel like he can't live without you. And he's stuck looking at her. But that's the decision he made. That's his choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, God said when it come down to it, you wasn't going to ever be like, well, okay, she could stay with us. Well, okay, we can be in an open relationship. Well, okay, I'll get over that. Like, this somebody that they really just, like, out of line and out of order. Baby, I praise God ain't nobody did me this. Baby. Like, this is somebody that literally wanted to cause you to lose your mind, bro. This is somebody that wanted to stress you out, have you stressed out, crying, pulling your hair out. You going through this, you going through that, you sick of this, you sick of that, because they doing so much. You looking all rough, your hair falling out, you going through, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it will be losing weight, gaining weight, like that kind of vibe, because this person want to stress you out so much. And their way of fixing the problems that they created is stressing you out even more. And I know these are like 5 different scenarios, and you know what I'm saying? Take what fits and leave the rest. We all don't have the same story. You know, and that's just what we all don't have the same story, because some people, your person would never think about, even if they did get somebody else pregnant, she ain't moving in with y'all. She could call him once the baby arrive. You know what I'm saying? If it's his kind of vibe. But you know what I'm saying? Some people, you end up with somebody that is so grimy and so sloppy that they will really sit back and think to themselves, well, I did it, so I got to take up my responsibilities, and completely ignoring the vow and the oath that he made to you that he wouldn't cheat on you. That doesn't matter. What matters now is that he did cheat on you, and now he wants to take up a vow and an oath with this new woman. Then you need to go be over there with her. And you need to leave me alone, because it ain't going to be no situation where, oh, well, what I promised you, that don't matter. I got a new promise now. Well, y'all got a new promise now. I'm not included in it. I ain't got nothing to do with that promise that y'all got going on. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever agreement that you made with her, that is between you and her. Y'all do y'all thing. You're not finna include me in it. I'm not interested. I don't want her. I'm not interested in her. I don't want her in my face. I don't want her in my bed. I don't want her in my house. I don't want her in my car. I'm good. Y'all go on and y'all live y'all best life and leave me, okay? So that I can find somebody that's gonna love me the way that I deserve to be loved. I ain't gonna say love me like you love her, because in reality, like, I just feel like this is the whole, if this man really loved anybody in this situation, it wouldn't even be another person in question. That it would be no situation where it's, well, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna sleep tonight. Well, I gotta figure out who I'm gonna sleep with tonight. Well, I gotta figure out who I'm gonna call tonight. Well, I gotta, no, sir. And if you go do that, why, like, I don't understand. We live in a world where being a swinger and being promiscuous is celebrated. Why in the world would this man be with somebody that is not promiscuous and then expect her to accept his promiscuous ways? If you want to live your life in such a way, you need to be with somebody that is also living their life in that way. Now, I know, don't nobody want to cuff a thigh. But in reality, like, don't nobody want to cuff a thigh. Like, so women supposed to want to cut clocks. Okay. Well, it's different with men. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because, you know what I'm saying? The same way you feel like somebody been in my house, somebody did this, somebody they disrespected me. Why is you climbing in this bed talking about you so tired you don't know what you do with your, like, for real? I wasn't disrespected. I just, like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's that vibe. And in some situations, like, regardless if this person love you or not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they felt like they couldn't help it. Maybe it was a one time and oops, sorry. Maybe it's a situation where they got so used to you being there, they thought you wasn't going nowhere. So they started being infatuated with whoever this person is, and then it was too much too soon, and now they don't know what to do. I don't know what your situation is, but God said this person thought that they had destroyed you and that you were finished and it was over, and they left you there expecting that it was finished and it was over. And once again, take whichever one fits, because everybody's life ain't gonna be the same. Everybody ain't gonna have the same life story. But God said this person left you there and they thought you were finished and it was over. Regardless if this person really loved you or not, they thought you were really finished and it was over. Baby, God said to their horror, they have turned around and seen that God has, like, he pulled you back up, or is pulling you back up again. And he is using you. He is using you. And he is using you to bless yourself. He is using you to help yourself. He is using you to move yourself forward, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. This could very well be somebody that destroyed a lot of relationships for you. Or it could be, like, you know what I'm saying, regardless as to why. They could have went and spread rumors. They could have went sleeping around with people you knew. They could have went doing this, that. Like, it don't, I just feel like when it come down to it, at this point, that stuff don't matter. We gotta get past that. What we own now, God said, now we own taking care of you and making sure you good. Because we're not finna sit around and stress about what this person did anymore. This person hurt you very deeply. But God said he doesn't want you to be lingering on it. So he's taking over. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. God said he wanted to let it be known that he's taking over. He wanted to let it be known that he's taking over. He is not about to allow whoever this person is to come in and just absolutely destroy your life just because they want to go and do this, that, and the third. No, they can do that on their own time. God said he's taking over now. He the man of the house now. He's taking over now. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.